Hello, and this is meant to be a very short recording to introduce you to the Carlton Blueprint website organization structure. So first of all you gotta do is look at the source folder. There are three subfolders in there. The first one is lib, stands for library. We have contentful, which is this is just our API handle, our SDK for our backend content management system. And if you have any sort of database or backend, you would put those the handles or the API keys. Sorry, not API keys, the API handles or SDKs in this lib folder. Or if you have providers for any like UI component library or anything like that, you put that in providers.tsx and export a singular functional component that has all of the nested providers. So if you have multiple providers, you would wrap all of that in one functional component and export just that one providers component, which we can then use in the app. If you don't ever have to use providers, then you can just completely ignore this file. You only need it if you need it, right? Next is utils. So all of your utility and helper functions go in here in the lib folder. Next, components is a folder for all of our global components. If you ever make any custom components that you want to use throughout the app, then you would put it here. And the UI, just don't worry about the UI folder in here, because all of that is automatically generated by shadcn. These are special components downloaded and installed and managed by shadcn. We don't have to usually touch those ourselves manually unless you have something to override. Then you would go in here. That's a bit more advanced. Okay, so this is our MVP here, the app, our most important folder. So here, this is our home page, and that's basically the page.tsx. It actually acts as an alias for a sub page called home. So I'm importing the home component from the home page, and all of these, you notice that they're in this route group called pages. Whenever you see parentheses pages as a folder name, that just means all of these are going to be sub pages, nested routes. And then each route, each page would have these two things, underscore assets and underscore components. You see that exists on pretty much every single page. And this is just called co-location. So if I have images I want to use in my home page, I would store those images in the home assets folder. If I have images I want to store for the projects folder, for the projects page, then you would store all of that in the projects assets folder. You wouldn't store some images that you want to use in the projects page in the home assets folder, because that's just bad co-location, and it becomes hard to track down which assets are used in which pages. So it's just a convention we follow here. And then components is just for all of the components that I might use for that specific page. So in my home page, I have a couple of components: about us block, our values block, project block. They all come from here in this underscore components that is located in the home page. So I wouldn't store my about us block in the projects components page, because this block doesn't make sense. It's not used in the projects page. It's only used in the home page. That's why it's stored here. And all of that is for organization. Underscore pretty much just means private folder. It does not Next.js treats it as a private folder and will not render a route for that folder. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.